Hey, you're welcome back to the BI Analyst Hub. If you are new here, my name is Augustine, and on this channel, I help you master Excel, Power BI, and SQL. In today's video, we are going to work on a real-world project, a patient visit dashboard built entirely in Microsoft Excel. We will take on the role of a data analyst for a hospital that wants to better understand its patient visit trend, from how often patient visits and overall performance over time. I'll walk you through the entire process, step by step, from cleaning and transforming the raw data using Power Query to analyzing it with pivot tables and DAX, and finally, designing a clean, interactive dashboard that management can use for decision making. By the end of this tutorial, you will not only have a professional patient visit dashboard, but also gain practical skills in data cleaning and transformation using Power Query, applying DAX formulas, data modeling, pivot tables, and data visualization. So if you are ready to take on Excel analytics skills to the next level, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future tutorials. Alright, let us jump straight away into it and start building our patient visit dashboard in Excel. Alright, so these are the files that we used in the tutorials. So it contains the Excel workbook, all the icons that are used, and then the dashboard requirement. That's the letter from management. So this is what we are basing all our analysis on, right? Perfect. So can you go ahead and then download all the files so that you can follow me step by step? And I will leave a link in the description area so you can download the files. It is free, 100% free. Now, this is what we've been able to do so far, right? This is what we've been able to do so far. So we are following this requirement, this letter from management in order to, put together or build the dashboard. So as I said, if you have not downloaded the files, kindly do well and then download the file. All right. So in our next, analysis, we are going to break down the total visit by the patient's race and then the age bracket or the age group, right? Yes, the age bracket. So we are going to make sure, or we are going to represent or show to management the age bracket that are, visiting our hospital and then their race, right? Perfect. All right. So I'm going to copy the previous pivot table that we did here and I'm going to paste it here. Right. Perfect. So as always, I'm going to differentiate this from this. So what I will do is I'll bring this green sign here to show that this pivot table is different from this. Right. Perfect. Now we can rename this to total visit by patient race and age brackets or brackets, whatever we want to call it. Perfect. So now we are done with the year, right? We are done with the year. So what we can do is we can remove this field from the pivot table. So I'll right click, I'll go to show field list. So when I click on show field list, all the pivot table field will show here, right? Perfect. Now, as I said, what I'm going to show, we are done with the year. So what I'm going to show is the total visit. So I already have the total visit here. So if you want to know how we got all these calculations, make sure you watch the first and then the second video, then you'll be good to go. All right, perfect. So I want the total visit. So this is the total visit. And these are all the DAX calculations that we did. So the total visit breaking down into the patient race. So where is the patient's race? So this is the patient's race, and then what? The patient's age bracket. Perfect. So this is what I want to get, right? This is what I want to get. So let me make it small. Perfect. So you can take your time and then make them one by one, or you can do them together, right? So it all depends on you. Perfect. Now I'm going to right click on this one, and then I'm going to say remove. I'll say remove totals, or I can just come to the pivot table analyze. Sorry, pivot table design. Right. I can go come to the design tab, and then on grand total, when I click on the drop downs, I'll see off for rows and columns. Right. Off for rows and columns. So this is what we have. Now, this one doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't really make sense because if you want to track your total visit and then the less visit, it will be very difficult for you because you have to, I mean, be going through them one by one, right? Yes. So what we are going to do here is, let me make this one too small. It's perfect. Now what we are going to do here is we are going to first of all uh bring our or extract our data from the pivot table, right? Extract our data from the pivot table so that we can use conditional formatting, right? So we can use conditional formatting. So let me scroll and then come here. You can do it under this, but I always prefer not to put another pivot table or something under a pivot table, right? So what I'm going to do is I will just come here, and then what I will do is I will select this one. Sorry. Whilst I'm here, I'll do equal to, and then select from here, and hit enter. So just follow what I'm doing, and then you understand it, right? So I'll drag it to this part like this. Sorry. Perfect. Right. Yes. So this is what I want to do. So whilst everything is selected like this, I'll drag it here once again. So this one is not part. So remove it. Perfect. So this is what I'm getting, right? So now let's go to this part so that we focus on only this one. Perfect. So this is what I'm getting. So I can drag this one here, drag this one here like this. Perfect. Now, as I said, we are going to use conditional formatting to format this, right? So that we will know where we are getting more visit and where we are getting less visit, right? Perfect. So what we can do is, first of all, let me select this one and make it bold. Then I can come here, and then I can type the patient visit. Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be patient race, right? Patient race, and then hit enter. So you see it is reflecting here. Perfect. Now I'm going to select this one and then Control E. Sorry. So I'm going to select this one and then come to the home tab and then center it like this, right? I'm going to center it like this. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do again is I'm going to select from the first number, right, to the second, to the last number here. So select everything like this from this part up to this part here, right? So we are going to use the conditional formatting to format everything. So whilst on the home tab, come to click on the conditional formatting, and then you see we have color skills, right? You have color skills. So what we are going to do is we are not going to select any of these colors, right? So we are going to use our custom color. So go select more rules. So select more rules. When you select more rules, you'll be presented with this one, this new formatting rule here. So we are going to, whilst on the format all cells based on their values, I'm going to select. So when you come here, when you come to format styles, click on the drop down and choose three color, right? Choose three color scale. So when you choose this three color scale, you get the lowest value, the midpoint, and what the maximum. So minimum, midpoint, and then what maximum. So when you come to the color, when you come to the color, the maximum, I want the maximum to be this color, right? The color that we are using. And then the minimum, I'll choose the same color, but then I will select it again and then come to more colors. and then I'll send it to this color like this so that it will be, I mean, something like this, right? Faint color. Perfect. And then I will come to the minimum color and I will choose the this color, the color that we are using. So click OK. So when you click OK, you see this is what we are getting. Now, where we have darker, I mean this dark color, it means this is where we are getting more visit, right? So when you check uh the patient the African American from 0 to 10 years to 70 plus years, you see we are getting more visit from 0 to 10, right? So this is 0 to 10 and then 31 to 40 years. And then when you come to the white, the patient's race where we are having white, so you see where we have the dark color, it means we are this is where we are getting more visit, right? So you see this one is 300 and something, so it is very deep. Then when you come here, this is 43, right? This is 43. This is where we are getting the least, I mean, or the less, I mean, visit. Do you see that? Perfect. So this is what we want to get, right? This is what we want to get. So you can use any color to, I mean, differentiate what you want, right? You can use any color to, I mean, differentiate what you want. So if you are still not convinced with this color, you can select it, go back to on the home tab, click on conditional formatting. This time around, you are not going to go to new rule. You are going to go to what manage rules to edit this one. So select this one, the rule that we have, and then click on edit. So you can play along or play with the colors, right? Then you come here, I'll go to more color. And, you can just play with the colors, right? Play with the colors. So just have to play with the colors. And this one too, you can select this one, something more like this. So where we are getting this orange, it means this is where we are having the least visit, right? The least visit. So you just have to play along with the colors, right? You just have to play along with the colors. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the rows like this, right? I'm going to select the rows like this. I want the sizes to be the same. I want the sizes to be the same. So select the rows like this. Then you right click, sorry, and then you come to column width. So click on the column width, and then the column width we are using is 8.38. So let's see if we use something like 6. Let's see what we are going to get. Perfect. So this is what we are getting. So you see we have the same column, right? We have the same column width. And then let's come to the row. Sorry. Let's come to the row. So select from this place up to this place. Then I think the row is okay, right? The row I think is okay. Now, if you want to control the row, so this is how you are going to do it. So the same thing, right? Click and then you see row height. So click on row height, and you see we are using 15.75. So let's use something like 16 and let's see. So we've gotten some slides, I mean, changes here. So it depends on what you want to get. So I will select everything and then change the font family to Calibri, something like this, right? Something like this. Perfect, perfect. Now I'm going to select the title here to differentiate it. So I'll choose something like this color, right? Perfect. So this is what we've been able to do. So we moved from this raw data here to this, right? We move from this to this. So when you compare this one to this one, you see this one makes more sense than this, right? So with this one, by just looking at on the colors here, right? By just looking at the colors here, you see that, oh, okay, this is what we are trying to get, right? So on the dashboard, we are going to, I mean, write a caption to management that so the darker area represents where we are getting more visits, right? Perfect. Now, one thing that I also want to do is I want to get rid of the numbers, right? I just want to see, I only want to see the colors. I don't want to see the numbers. So what we can do to hide the numbers, we don't have to delete the number. So watch here. When I delete, you see the color too is gone, right? So Control Z to come back. So you don't have to select and then hit your delete key on your keyboard. No. So what we are going to do is select it like this, and then control one. So control one will give you the format cells I'm paying here. Now come to custom, the last part here. Come to custom, and then under another type, clear the general, right? Clear everything like this. Clear everything. Now when you clear everything, we are going to represent or clear it and then type three semicolon. So first semicolon, second semicolon, and then third semicolon, right? So watch here. When I click on OK, you see the color is gone, right? The color is gone. Perfect. So the color is gone. Sorry, the numbers, we don't have the numbers again. We are only seeing what the colors here. Perfect. So this is what I want to get, right? Perfect. Now, how then do we represent this on the dashboard, right? Because this is in Excel, it will be very difficult for us to represent it here, right? So what can we do? So this is how I'm going to do it. So first of all, let's come to the dashboard and then let's duplicate this shape. So select this shape, Control D to duplicate and then bring it here. Right, perfect. So something like this. And we are going to extend it like this. So this is what we want to get, right? This is what we want to get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one, everything like this, right? So before I select everything, let me make it like this, right? Yes. So I'm going to select everything like this from the patient race to the last part here. I'm going to copy, Control C, right? So copy everything. Now when you come here, we are not going to do V to paste, right? We are not going to paste it as the normal Control V. So just come here uh, whilst this is selected, right? Whilst this is selected, just come here, come to your home tab, right? And then where you see paste, click on the drop down, right? Sorry, because the shape is selected, right? Because the shape is selected, it will be very difficult for us to get what you want. So make sure the shape is not selected. Make sure a cell, right? A cell is selected. So you see I've selected a cell here, right? At the background here. So don't select the shape, select a cell. So come to the home tab, click on the paste. So watch here. Now let me show you the difference. You see, when we select the shape and then we click on the drop down, we are only getting this paste, right? I don't want it that way. So select the cell. When we select the cell and then we click on the drop down, you see we are getting so many, alternative here, right? So I'm going to paste this as a link picture, right? I'm going to paste it as a link picture. So when you hover on it, you see linked picture. So click on the linked picture. And this is what we have in here. So it is we've pasted it as what what do you call it? A picture, right? As a picture. But then any changes that we make here, right, will reflect on the dashboard, right? So let me make this one small. So column width, I'm going to make it maybe 5. I'm going to make it 5. So that we get small boxes here, something like this. Perfect. So when you come here, you see the changes as reflected, right? So we are going to paste it here. All right. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to increase the row height. I'm going to make it, let's say 17. See, let's make it 18. Perfect. So now you see the changes as reflected, right? Yeah, so you have to make sure you paste this as what a picture. So now we are having something here. You see, it is not going into the shape. So try and then let's try and minimize this one. Minimize this. Perfect. Then let's minimize the shape. Perfect. Then this one too, we can select the shape, select everything whilst holding our control, whilst holding the control key. Select everything. No, we'll be left with some of the shapes, but don't worry, we'll go and then bring them back. So something like this, right? Now select the circle. Oh, sorry. Okay, Control Z to come back. Now let's make sure we bring the shape here. Perfect. Now let's bring, first of all, let's send the circle here. So take your time and then do it nicely, right? Yes. So now we can select the icons here and bring the icons to here. All right. I think this is cool. Now we can select the label like this, and then bring the label to here. Perfect. Now let's select the this one. Sorry. So you take your time and then do it nicely. Perfect. So this is what we are getting right. Now we can extend this shape. Can make it bigger. We make sure we have some small white space between them. Now we can extend this one, right? So I don't want to extend this like this. So I'll just come here, come to the analysis, and then extend this one rather. You see that? So when you extend this like this, it will reflect here. You see that? Perfect. All right. So I have to, smaller like this. So it is also reflecting here. So this is what we are trying to get, right? This is what we are trying to get. So last one. Perfect. Perfect. Now this is what we are trying to get. So we can select the shape, sorry, this shape like this, and then duplicate it. Then we can bring it here. Perfect. Now we can see total visits by, sorry, patients, patient race, and age bucket or age bucket. So whatever you want to, how you want to name it. Perfect. So do you see that? Yes. All right. So I think this circle, you can delete that. Bring a new one. Control D, and we can bring this one here. Sorry. All right. So this is what we want to get, right? This is what we want to get. Now we can duplicate this. Duplicate. Now before that, let me make the width. Let me go back. Row height. Let me make it. It was 18, right? Let's make it maybe 16. Okay. Yes. So I can select and then bring this one here. Perfect. Now I can have some space. Then bring this one here. Now we can see the darker area represents where we have more or highest visits, right? Yes, perfect. So that whoever reads, this one will know that, oh, okay, that's what we are going to, that's what we are saying, right? So we can say the darker, is it green or the darker, uh, should I say green or blue? Or so before that, let's come here and then let's use a green color. Oh, I think this is okay, right? So this is okay. So whenever you read this, I think you'll be able to know that this is what we are trying to get. So something like this is okay. So this is what management wants us to do. So this is what you've been able to get so far, right? But before we move on to the next one, I think you see the colors that we are using here is not matching our colors, right? It's not matching our colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select any shape and then control one. Then when I come here, I'm going to just copy the color that we are using, right? Copy the color. Okay, okay, right. I know the color. So let's go back to this analysis. Let's go to conditional formatting and then manage rules. Click on this and then edit. Now, this one, we are using 60% transparency. I think this is okay. But this one, let's select this and then let's use 60% transparency. Something like this should be okay. Right. But this one too. Okay, I think this is okay. This one, let's use this color. See, when you come here and when we refresh, go to data. Sorry, just refresh all. And the color should, reflect here. All right, so do you see that? Yes, so the color has been as reflected here. So that is that. So you can just play along with the colors, right? You can play along with the colors and then choose whatever color that you want. But you have to make sure we are using consistent colors, right? Perfect. Now let's move on to our next analysis. So what we can do is control A and then control C to copy the previous one. Let's scroll to this part. When you scroll to this part, let's paste it here. Control V to paste, right? Perfect. Now we can differentiate them by using this color. Perfect. Now we want to show the total visits by the departmental referral. So we want to know the department that the patient that visit our hospital have been referred to. And then we also want to know the services that they are using most. So are they using the OPD? Are they using the, so do you get that? So we are going to see that. So what we are going to do is right click and then click on show field list. Let's go to this part. Select the pivot table, then remove the patient race, remove the age bracket, and it will be left with only what the total visit. Perfect. Now we want to know the department referral, right? So just select and then place it here. Now, so you see, the department cardiology, we are having 248 visits. Neurology, we are having 193. Physiotherapy, we are having this, and then right now we are having this. So what we can do is just right click on the number, go to sort, and then sort largest towards smallest. So none. So now, what is the meaning of none? So the none here means that sorry, the none here means that these patients, this number of patients were not, referred, right? They were not referred to any of our departments. So they just, we can say that they just walk in. Maybe they are coming for maybe general checkup or something. You get that, yes. But then these uh, uh, numbers or these visits we have specific departments that they were referred to, right? So whenever you see the none here, it means that these patients or these total number of visits or patients weren't referred to any department, right? They weren't referred to any department. They just walked in as normal patients, like with minor, sickness, maybe headache, or they were coming for checkup. Do you see that? Yes. So this is what we were trying to get here. Now, we have to represent this on the chart. So we can select this, double click, and then let's rename it to total visit by department referral, right? Refer something like this. Perfect. Now select anywhere. Just go to insert. We are going to insert a column chart, right? So click on this uh, bar chart here, and then let's select 2D. So we are going to insert a bar chart rather. So click on the 2D bar chart. Perfect. Now you see our chart doesn't look nice. So we have to format it. So you right click on all the buttons, right click on the button, so hide all field buttons on chart. So when you click on that, this is what we are going to get. So click on the total, delete, click on the total, delete, click on the number, delete, because you are going to bring what data labels. Click on the grid lines, then delete. Now, what we can do here is we can, because this is sorted descending to ascending, the chart is what showing what ascending to descending. So this one, when you make this one ascending to descending, this one will show descending to ascending. But when you make this one ascending to descending, this one will show descending. So opposite, right? Perfect. Now let's select the label, right? Select the label and then control one. Control one, you get the format as is here, right? Right. So on the bars here, on the bars, so you just have to select, check what categories in reverse order. So when you check this one, then wait, okay. So do you see that? So now we have the categories in reverse order. So it was showing ascending to descending. Now we've done it in reverse order. So it is now showing what descending to ascending. Right. Perfect. So now we can minimize this. So, sorry. Minimize this like this. Control X. Select it, Control X, and then let's come to the dashboard. Now to paste it, let's okay, let's come here. Before that, let's duplicate this one. Right, let's duplicate the shape so that we have a consistent shapes here. Perfect. Now let's make it white like this. Right, perfect. Now you can go and then Control X to cut and then Control V to paste it here. Now this is what we are having. This is what we are having here. So you take your time and then you make it nice, right? As always. So what we are going to do here is Control One again, and then you see we have while the chart is selected, select no fill, and expand the border, then select what no line. So that's what we are having, right? But I think it is too long. Perfect. So something like this. Now select the bars, right? Not the shape. Select the bars like this. Control One again. Now on the bar, you see the gap width is 182%. Now let's reduce it. Let's make it something like 100%. So 100 is still too small. Let's reduce this. So whilst we reduce the gap, see the bar will be what increasing. So let's make it something like 20, right? Something like 20. So we have some small gaps here. Perfect. Now select this. So you just have to play along with it, right? You just have to play along with this. Select the chart. Uh, so whilst the chart is selected, make sure you see this plus icon here or this plus button. Click on it and click on what? Data labels to bring all the data labels. Now we can position it here perfectly. You see that? Yes. So select the label and then okay. So everything is fine. Everything is fine. Perfect. Now select the bars again. Come to color. Click on this uh, color. Select this color and then let's make the transparency to what 60%. So we use what consistent colors. So this is what we want to get, right? This is what we want to get. Let's make it. All right. So now we can click on this, select this shape, select this one, and then duplicate. Then we can bring it here. So now we can see the total visit by what department or departmental referral. Let's make the D uh, this. So departmental referral, right? So something like this. Do you see it? Yes. So this is what we are trying to get, right? This is what we are trying to get. So now we know the departments that our patient visited and then the number of visits that we got from what the various departments. So this is what we want to get. Management wants us to get, and then this is what we've been able. All right. So this is what we've been able to do so far, right? And then it is left with our last chart. So we are going to place the last chart here. Now, with the last chart, management wants to know the total visits by the day of the week. So they want to know the visits that they are getting on Mondays, on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays. So during the week, right, the visits that they are coming. So this will help them to know the day that they are getting more visits, so that they will know how to allocate or schedule their staffs, right? So you see, some of the days they will be getting more visits, and then there will be pressure at the hospital. Some of the days to the visits will be very low, right? The turnout will be very low. So we have to get this on the chart so the management will know the days that they are getting more visits, and then the days that they're having more pressure at the hospital, so that they will know uh, how to whenever they are preparing timetable for the workers or the staff, they will know when to place more visits, and then on which of the days. Do you get that here? So this is what we are trying to get here. So what we can do is the same thing, go back to our analysis, and then we can just copy this one, and we can paste it here. Right. So now let's make this one big. Perfect. So now let's differentiate. Perfect. Now we are done with the departmental referral. So we can double click on this one, and then select by what day of what day of week. Perfect. Now select the pivot table, right click, and then show field list. And then the day of week can be found at what on what the date table. So just drag the department referral out, and then select day of week. So you know this is okay. So this is the number. So come back, then select the day name, rather the day name. So whether it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, blah 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 blah. And so in your case, if you select, you bring the drag the day name here, and then you see the day name, the name is not in according to. So you see some where we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it should follow the same, like the order, right? Yes, but then when you drag the day name, and then you are not seeing Sunday, Monday as in order, you make sure you come to pivot table, come to manage. So when you click on manage, you go to the pivot table field list, the data view, and then you'll be able to sort it by what the day of the week. We did this in the second video, but I just want to show you in case you missed that. So now you select the day name, right? This is what this is the column that you want to sort. And then on the home tab, you come to the sort and filter section, and then you click on the sort by column. When you click on sort by column, you see sort the day name by which column? By what? The day of week. So the day of week is the number, right? So this is this, and then you click OK. So when you click on OK, the day will be what sorted for you. Now you can go back to Excel like this. So we've already sorted it, but I just wanted to show you in case yours is not sorted. Perfect. Now this is what we want to get. What we also want to get is we want to have the top one, so that we can know, we can highlight the highest visit, right? We can highlight the highest visit. So when we come here, let's bring back our formula bar. Sorry, go to view, and then turn on the formula bar. Now we can one here. Now we want to return the highest number here, right? So we are going to do the large. we are going to use the large function. So the large requires what? An array. Because you are not going to copy it down, we don't have to lock it. And then the key is what? The first value. Close it and then okay. So now this is the highest number here, right? Now let me format it well, bring the comma separator and clear the decimal places. Perfect. Now we want to get the highlight here. Highlights. Perfect. So now the highlight is going to be if the number here is equal to the number here, comma, because we are going to copy this one down. Okay, so let's log this one. So if let me start again. If so equal to if I didn't bring the if logic. So if this number here is equal to this number and then F4 to lock it, right? Because you are going to copy it down and we don't want this one to move. So if this number is equal to this number, comma, then the value if true should be what? Excel should what? Return the number here, right? So close it and then hit enter. Now it is saying false, right? Because the number here is not equal to the number here. Now let's see something. When you drag it like this, see down now the number here is equal to the number here. That's why it is returning the same number. The number here is not equal to this. That's why it is saying false, right? Perfect. So now you can use this to, uh, represent it on our chart. But before that, sorry. I always do this mistake. Let me delete everything. First of all, let me extract the data from pivot table first, right? Yes, so that I'll be able to, sorry. Yes, I always do this mistake. Forgive me, okay? So perfect. Now, the same thing, we are going to do the same thing here. Equal to, so all right, before that, this one is going to be one, then equal to the large. Then you are going to use this array, comma, and then the key should be this. Okay, perfect. All right, so the highlight is going to be like this. Highlight equal to if the number here is equal to the number here, F4 to log this number, then Excel should return this number, right? Close, enter. So it is false as we got the first one. So let's format it. Perfect. Now, watch here. This is what I'm going to see. I'm going to highlight this one for now, right? I'm going to highlight this one for now because I've extracted it from the pivot table. I have to select it in order to, get the chart. So first of all, highlight the day name and then the total visit for now. Then let's insert this chart. Right, perfect. So with this chart, let's delete this. Oh, sorry. Now let's make sure this number starts from zero, right? Let's make sure it starts from zero. So you see the number is almost the same, but the bar shows that there is a big difference, right? So select the label, control one. Then you see this, the minimum should start from what? Zero, right? I always do this so that I don't get some funny chart. So do you see that the difference is very small? So that's why we are getting this kind of size. So you see this is 1310, the same 1003, but some 50 or 60, more visit. Do you get that? So that's what I want to get. So select the number, delete it, select the title, delete it. So and then select the grid line and then delete it. Perfect. So now this is what I'm going to see. Going to make it like this. So if you don't take time, you say that they are the same, but see it is not the same. Perfect. Now how then do we bring our highlight? So select the chart, right click, and then go to what? Select data. So when you click on select data, just click on what? Add. So when you click on add, the series name, you select highlight. And when you come to the series value, clear everything and then select from the first one to this one. Do you get that? And hit OK and then hit what? Okay. So now you see the highlighted, I mean, bar or the highlighted day has been, I mean, is also added here, right? But we don't want to see two bars. We don't want to see two bars. So what we can do is still select the chart, control one, then sorry, first of all, let's select the bars rather. Select the bars, control one. Then when you get this bar here, you see now we have series overlap is minus 27%. Now let's make it 100%. Then see something here. Now do you see it? Yes. So now the bars, I want the bars to be big. So whilst the bar is selected, I will reduce the size, make it something like 115, right? 115 is okay. And then click on the plus, and then I'll bring the data labels. You see that? Perfect. So now this is what we are trying to get, right? This is what we are trying to get. So in order to show it on the chart, let's go to the dashboard, duplicate this shape, you can place it here. Now let's turn off the formula bar, right? Go to view, formula bar off, and then we can extend this one here. Perfect. Perfect. Now we can go here, come here, and then, sorry, come here, come here, and then Control X to cut. Then we can paste it here. Do you see that? Yes. So this is what we are trying to get all this while. Perfect. Right. So now what we can do is select the bars, control one, come to the color. So whilst the blue color is selected, click on it and then choose this color. And let's bring the transparency to 60%, right? Perfect. And then select the orange. Whilst the orange is selected, click on the drop down and then select this normal color here. Now do you see that? Yeah, so now we've highlighted the highest month or the highest day, right? Perfect. Now select the chart, control one again, no fill, no line. So we have what? A perfect chart like this, right? Perfect. Let's come down small. Perfect. Now we can duplicate this, sorry, and then duplicate, bring it here. Then we can see total visit by day of what? A week. Perfect. Perfect. Now, do you see that? Yes. This is what we've been able to represent to management, right? This is what we've been able to represent to management. Now, watch here. This one, I don't want to show the grid lines, right? I don't want to show the grid lines. So what I can do is first of all, go to view and then turn off this grid line. Right now, you see, I'm not seeing any grid line. So when you come here, you see we don't have any lines here. Do you see that? Perfect. Now, this is what you've been able to do so far. This is what we've been able to do. So whoever takes the dashboard will be able to see that, okay, this is what is happening in our hospital. All right. Now, you see, we don't have any slicer or any filter to filter the data to see particular section that we want to see, right? Yes. So what we can do here is bring a filter so that we can use the filter to, filter to see our data. So what we are basically doing is we are giving the users the opportunity or the chance to, select part of the data or part of the uh, area that they want to, make the analysis, right? Do you get that? Yes. So what I want to do is I want to let's go to our analysis. You can be on any of the pivot table. Now, before that, it is always advisable to rename your pivot table. So select the pivot table, go to pivot table, analyze, and then you see the name here is pivot table one. So it will be very difficult for us to know the name, right? So now let's name it to something that we can see. We type, then hit enter. Now let's come here, pivot table analyze. Now let's name this one to what? Age age group. So there should be no space, right? Underscore age, age group. Hit enter, right? So this is what you have to do. You have to even do it before you move on to the next pivot table. So this one too will be what? The month, enter. So you make sure you press enter. This one will be what? The gender, hit enter. This one will be what? The year, hit enter. And then this one is going to be uh, the race, hit enter. So this you should have done this one earlier on, but it escaped me. So this one will be what? Re, refer referrals, enter. And this one will be what? Uh, day. Yes, so this is okay. Perfect. All right. Now, since I've renamed all my pivot table, I can just be on any of the pivot tables. Come to here and then go to also on pivot table analyze. You can go to insert slicer. So click on insert slicer. And what are the slices that we are going to insert? We are going to insert slices for what? The period and what? For the month. So month name. Hit what? Okay. So let's come here. Let's select both. Control X to cut. And let's paste it here. Sorry. Perfect. So now when we let's release them. So when we click on any of the slicer, you see that this one is only connected to this one. So when you click on PM, they should all the charts should respond to the slicer, right? But only this one is responding. So it means this one is only connected to the referral. So select the pivot table, come to slicer, then come to slicer or report connection. Come to report connection, right? So now you see we have renamed all the pivot tables. So it will be very easy for us to know which we are connecting to. So select everything. So with the AM, you want to connect it with everything, right? Want to connect it with everything and then hit OK. So now watch here. Now when I click on AM, see all the slicer will be, all the charts will be, reflecting or responding to my slicer, if including what this one. Do you see that? Perfect. So now we can clear the filter. Now we will do same for the month. Now with the month, we don't want to sorry with the month we don't want to connect it with this chart and then with this chart, right? So let's go to slicer, report connection, and then we don't want to okay the days, the KPI, the gender, but we don't want to connect it with the month. We want to connect with race, with week type, but not the year, right? Perfect. So watch here. When we click on January, see all the other charts will be responding, but the chart, this one will not be responding. Now, what will happen when we connect the month to this slicer? So select the month slicer, go to report connection, and then let's connect it to the month. I'm just doing it so you see what will happen. When I click on January, see what will happen. Do you see that? We are only seeing that for what? January. When I click on February, we are only seeing that for February, right? I don't want this rough chart here. So I'll select it, go back, report connection, and then I'll deselect this and then deselect okay. Perfect. So now uh we can filter or we can just leave our slicers like this, right? I wanted to change the settings, or I wanted to format the slicer, but I think there's no time. So let's maintain this. Now, I don't want to place the slicer on the chart, right? It doesn't look professional. What I want to do is I want to come to illustration shapes and select this shape here. So I'll bring this one here, control one to remove the line, and then control one to select this color, right? Perfect. Now I'll right click and then I'll go to edit text and I'll choose what I'll type open. Now I'll come here, come to the home tab, center it, and then make it something like this, right? I'll make it 14 and make it bold. Then I'll change the font color to black. Do you see that? Perfect. Now I'll select the same chart, the same shape, and then duplicate it. Now this time around, I'm going to say close. Do you see that? Perfect. Now I'll make sure I'll put it on this one, control one, then I'll change the color to something like red. Do you see that? And then the font color, test, and then I'll change the color to white. Do you see that? Yes. But then it will go back, send back. I'll choose. Okay, so now this is what I'm going to do. So I'll put this one here, and I'll put this one on it. So this one will be send front, right? So I'll put this one on there, close. So something like this. Do you see that? Yes. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a shape, another shape, insert, illustration, shapes, or I can just duplicate this one, right? So duplicate, bring it here, make it big, then control one to change the color. Just follow what I'm doing, right? To this, and the transparency should be something like this, right? It should be dark. I think the dark is okay. Now I'll select this, bring to front. I'll select this, right click, bring to front. Perfect. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to make this one bigger like this so that the slicer will be in it, right? So you can format the slicer, but I just want to leave it like this. Now, watch what is happening here. So I'll, that's what I'm going to do. Select the shape, and then I'm going to bring the formula bar here, and then the headings. Okay, let me bring the formula bar. So now you see this one is saying rectangle. So when you check here, the name is what? Rectangle. So I'll click here and I'll just do it OBG, like an object, right? In a small letters. OBG. Okay, okay. Okay, before that, before I rename it, let me select this. Select this. Should I add the slicer? Okay, let me do this and see. And then you see I've selected the shape, this open, the shape, the slice, the two slices, right? And then I'm going to name this one as what? OBG. And then hit enter. Now watch here. Let me turn off the formula bar. We are going to write a VBA code, right? We are going to write a code that will hide and show, right? That will hide and show. Now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to developer, and I'm going to go to Visual Basics, right? Visual Basics. Now, this is the code that I'm going to write. I'm going to say SAP. If you don't understand the code, please don't bother yourself. So I'm going to do it toggle button. I'm going to name the shape toggle, toggle visibility, right? And then please, if you don't understand, don't worry. Just follow it and then type it in, right? Because this is not a VBA training. So I'm going to say them OBG, the name that I gave to the shape as what? As shape, right? Perfect. And then when I come here, I will set OBG to be equal to what? Active, active sheet. Let's see if this one will work. Active sheet dot shapes, active sheet dot shapes. I'm coming. So let's start. So active sheet dot shape, and then into brackets I'll just the name that I gave to the shape. Uh okay, I'll just say OBG, close it, and then come here. You see if OBG, if the name of the shape dot visible is equal to MSO true, then all we are going to say is please just follow it, right? Follow it and then type it in. Dot obg dot visible should be equal to what? MSO false. Perfect. Else I'm going to say obj dot visible is equal to what? MSO, sorry, true. Then we can end the if, right? Perfect. So this is what I've gotten so far. Now when I run it, let's see what will happen. Object doesn't support this property or method. Okay. Okay. So what can we do? All right. So now let me first of all select the chart. Okay. So I think I made a mistake. So select the chart, select the slicer, this button, select the slices, and then what we can do is we can group them, right? So right click and then over and then group, right? So we can group them like this. Now the group, the name of the group should be what can we do? Now let's bring our bar, and then this one, the group should be let's name it group, right? Let's name it just as group. Let's say let's do it group A, right? Group A or group and then enter. Now we can use let's go to developer Visual Basics. Now this let's do the group and see if it will work. Right, perfect. So now let's, you're still saying it doesn't support it. I What is happening? Okay, so let's bring S here and see. Ships. Rather, it should be rather ships. Right. Okay. If obj of visible is equal to so true, then obj visible is equal to false. Else obj visible is perfect. Now do you see we when we brought the S, it worked. So Watch here. When I run it, you see this one is opening and then hiding, right? You see that? Perfect. So it means our code is working, right? So just follow it. Just follow what I did here, and then you'll be good to go. Don't forget to bring your S here, right? Perfect. Now you can exit this one. Now, when we click on this, nothing will happen, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to double click on only this one, right? Only this one, not this. Although they've been, grouped, but we are going to double click on only this one, then right click, and then we are going to go to what? Assign macro. Now the macro that we are going to assign to it is what? Sheet one dot toggle visibility, right? So click on this one and then click on what? Okay. Now let's see if it is going to work. So when you click on it, do you see that? But then the close, it doesn't have any link, right? So we are going to do same to the close. So right click, go to assign macro, sheet one dot visibility, and then click on OK. Now let's bring the pivot, the slicer back. So now let me hide the formula bar and then hide the headings. So when you click on close, you see it is so open. Now when I want to, okay, so this one should be, I should name this one open rather. So open, right? Sorry. Now when I click on it, you see open. Now this one should be renamed to close, right? This one should be rather close. Oh, sorry. So let's uh so let's do it close. So please, you just have to take your time and then do it, right? Perfect. Now watch it. When I Now you see it is open. When I click on close, it is closed, right? Now when I click on open, you see the slicer is here. Now we can filter to see whatever you want to see, right? You can filter to see whatever you want to see. Now when we are done, we can remove the filters, and then click back, right? Now let's make the open, the close should be red, control one. This color should be red, the close should be red, and the test color should be white. Perfect. Now the open should have our normal color. The test color should be white, and then the shape should be our normal color. Oh, sorry. So we selected both of perfect. So the shape, this one should be our normal color like this. Do you see that? And then the test color should be maybe black. Do you see that? Perfect. Now you can exit. Now, assuming your manager or your boss or whoever wants to use the dashboard comes and then they want to filter to see only the patient that visited us AM, that means in the morning, right? They can click on the open and they can filter to see AM. They can close it and then they can make analysis. Okay, so AM we had what 4,632, then breaking down into okay, this is what we had here, the satisfaction score is this, blah 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 blah. Do you see that? Yes. So when you are done, you can open it again, and then you can toggle to see PM. So okay, PM, this is what we are having. We can clear it, and then we can then close it. Do you see that? Yes. So this is what management required us, what management required from us, and this is what you've been able to do so far. So kindly take your time, go through step by step, and then you'll be able to do it. Now, if this is your first time watching my video, I will plead with you to, subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I always bring you the best and practical video using Excel, Power BI, and then SQL. So please like this video, subscribe, and then don't forget to turn on your notification so that anytime I post a new video, you'll be the first person to, see the video. Now, if you want to see my videos on YouTube, please like, subscribe, so that the YouTube algorithm will, push my videos to you. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and then I'll see you on the next tutorial.